It's one thing that I realized, actually two, but I'm going to shed light on the first one, and then we'll talk about the second one a little later in this video. I'm just going to tap on it real quick about the second one. But it's two things that I think, in my opinion, that black people fear. One of them being change. For real. Black people are afraid of change. You know, we tend to get stuck in our ways. You know, we tend to be closed-minded about a lot of stuff because we are afraid of change. We are afraid to think outside of the box, and we're afraid to come up out of our comfort zone. And this is the reason why I think that a lot of black people, that is, like, are really hesitant in moving from state to state because they're scared. And they, for some, never betted on themselves. Never. Like, they never thought about it. Because they've always been caught, trapped inside this comfort zone where everything is there for them. All they have to do is, like, the essential things, in life. Work, and take care of bills. Other than that, your job is secure. You know what I'm saying? The hours are there. All you have to do is work. And at the end of however your bills come, whether it's weekly, monthly, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Just pay them off and that's it. But the minute that, your wife or your friend or, your girlfriend, husband, aunt or whatever says, hey, listen, things are not going well right in this state or this city that we're living in. And I found, let's say, for example, I found Jacksonville, Florida to be, a better grade of living. The cost of living is low, property tax is low. There's a good school system for your kids, da-da-da-da-da. That's when that man and that woman gets a little, unease. Because they're not used to change. They're not. Typical black person gets their newspaper, every morning at a certain time. Typical black person, I'm just saying, if they get the newspaper, drink coffee. If so, they wake up every morning and they drink their coffee at the same time. They drop their kids off at school at the same time. They have to be to work at the same time. You know what I'm saying? In other words, they have a schedule, a regimen that they follow on a daily basis. And when you're talking about moving to somewhere else, where that schedule gets thrown off, where there's that area, that place, that city, or that state they don't know about, then that's when really shit hits the fan. See, I'm kind of different. I embrace change. Because with change comes what? Growth. And this is the reason why I encourage a lot of you all, if things are not working right where you're at, and it's not because it's not your fault. Like, you don't have any internal or psychological problems as to why things are not working out. Nah, it's just not working out. Like, your growth is being stunted there where you live at. I encourage you to move. I encourage you to try something new out. Hey, listen, I moved to Atlanta. It didn't work. I moved back. But guess what? At least I stuck my foot out there. And when I got to Atlanta, I didn't know what to expect. I really didn't. But the thing of it is with me is I took myself out of my comfort zone. You see, New York don't count. I was born in New York. My family's in New York. So when I moved back to New York, like I moved back like 2-3 times. When I moved back to New York, I moved with a family member. So that shit don't count for nothing. I didn't move out of my comfort zone when I was living in New York. All I had to do was just do the regular shit, which was go to work, come home, and pay whatever bills that I needed to pay. That's it. Truth be told, when I left Raleigh and moved here to Charlotte, that wasn't moving out of my comfort zone. That was just moving to another city in the state of North Carolina. And I'm telling you, if you lived in Raleigh, yes, true indeed, Charlotte is two times the size of Raleigh. Yes, it's bigger. It's a bigger city. And I would say, in my opinion, it's a better city. That's my opinion, though. It's still North Carolina. When I moved outside of the state, that's when I moved out of my comfort zone. And when I got to Atlanta, I said to myself, after living there, I was like, nah, this is not for me. And I'm gonna move again. And wherever I move, the next time, I'm gonna take myself out of my comfort zone, and I'm going to open my mind. I'm not gonna be closed-minded. I'm gonna be open-minded, because this is the thing. I can't compare the two. I can't say, well, you know what? Atlanta's not like North Carolina, or North Carolina is not like New York. You can't move with that type of mentality. You have to move with the mentality of, here I am, I'm living in North Carolina, and this is how they get down. This is what they do, and either I like it or I don't. You can't bring your bullshit with you, though. There ain't no fucking, you can't catch the F train here. The E, the B, the C, the 6, the 4, 5, 6. You can't. You can't go to Coney Island here. So don't come down here with that type of state of mind. So wherever I go, I'm going to be open-minded. And I'm going to embrace, wherever I'm at, that city or state's overall state's culture. So I'm gonna tell you, for real, I moved to Atlanta, didn't like it. I moved back to Charlotte, and I can tell you, seriously, some may say, well, what did you get out of it? It was growth, man. I went down there and I saw how the Atlanteans, or the people that from Atlanta or Metro Atlanta, live. And I went to festivals. It was not all bad. I can be honest with you. It was not all bad. There were times where I was like, yo, man, I'm in the A. And it was nice. That jazz festival they have every year annually. I mean, shit, if you live in Charlotte, or you live in South Carolina, you're hours away from Atlanta. So you could just drive down there, rent a room for a day, and come back. But the jazz festival that they have annually every year, man, it's nothing like it. Black people every fucking where in Piedmont Park. Piedmont Park is a beautiful fucking park. Not at nighttime, though. But that's a different story. And I don't even want to go there with that. But it was nothing like it. And then they had this other joint. I forgot. They have this annually too. I forgot what it's called in the summertime. But anyway, they were handing out free. I swear, I wish I was a vegetarian. I am a vegetarian. I wish I wasn't a vegetarian when they was doing that shit. You know what I'm saying? But when I was down there, I was there for about 2.5, close to 3 years. So I went to 2 of them. They have them annually too. Chick-fil-A was giving out free chicken sandwiches and shit and fries. I got the fries for the children and children and I. You know what I'm saying? I think they was handing out the apple drinks or some shit. But Chick-fil-A was there. They was handing out free shit. They was handing out a whole bunch of free shit. I forgot what it was called. But they got mad festivals all around Metro Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? Of course, I went to what's that shit? The Juneteenth. What was it? Clark University. One of them black HBCUs in the West End or West Side of Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? So I can't say that it was horrendous. I can't. You know what I'm saying? There were certain things I can't do it. You know what I'm saying? I can't be here. But the festival part of it, you know what I'm saying? Seeing black people all in one place at all in one time, you know what I'm saying? And beautiful fucking women. They got some of the most beautiful women I've ever seen in my fucking life. You know what I'm saying? Just beautiful black people, period. You know what I'm saying? Nothing like it. It's nothing like it. But I learned. So I don't have any regrets. And that's the thing. If the shit don't work out wherever you go, then you can always move back. And if someone were to say, you know, once you move back, it didn't work. Like, say, for example, you moving from New York and you move to Houston, Texas, and then you got to move back to New York. And somebody, you know, want to poke fun at you. Oh, ha. You had to move back and this and that and so forth. Fuck them. Who cares? You have your life and you're entitled to live it how you want to live it. And at least you got out. At least you were one of the ones that said to yourself, you know what? I'm going to make a difference. I'm going to make a change in my life. I'm going to take control of my life. At least this time. And what's so crazy is those people that are laughing at you, they wish that they made that same decision. I have family members that lived all their lives in New York. All their lives. You can't tell me shit. What the fuck can you tell me? Yeah, you could teach me the fucking how to get around. Well, I know how to do that in the subways. I mean, you could in other words, what I'm trying to explain to you is that you could teach me about New York, but what can you teach me outside of that? And even with you teaching me some things about, I've lived in New York. I lived there when I was a little baby, when I was older, when I was a teenager, adult. I've lived there. A young adult. So it ain't but so much you can teach me about New York that I don't already know. So what can you teach me outside of New York? You see, I've lived in state of Georgia, North Carolina, Florida, New York. I got a lot to talk about. I have a lot to talk about. And in those states, I've stayed in, like, say, for example, North Carolina, I've stayed in Raleigh, Durham, Charlotte, Greensboro, a little bit in Fayetteville. That's 5 different cities. In Atlanta, I lived in, Metro Atlanta, Sandy Springs, Marietta. In New York, I lived in Brooklyn, Jamaica, Queens, Glen Cove, Long Island. So, if I went to that one particular state, I stayed in several different cities. I got a lot to talk about. And I'm not done. Yo, black people, we need to wake the fuck up, man. You know what I'm saying? We need to wake the fuck up. You know, that was Big Mama's dreams. Straight up, to live in a house for 43 years, 50 something years. And don't get me wrong, you married, much blessings and peace to you. You understand? But, you know, that was Big Mama's dream, to be like, we've been married for 75 years. And we've been living in this house for 180. Man, that's not my dream. I don't mind the marriage shit. But if I'm going to be married with a woman, we ain't going to just live in one place for all our lives. No. It comes a time where there's a need for change. Fuck a want. Straight up. And I'm not trying, listen, let me tell you something. We all adults. Hopefully, I'm talking to young adults and older adults in this video. Hopefully, I'm not talking to any kids. If you're a kid, you don't have no damn business. I'm going to put it to you like this. If you don't pay your own bills, you don't have no damn business looking at this video. That plain and simple. Even if you are of age. What the fuck? You can't pay your bills? You don't need to be looking at this. Anyway. How many times are you going to fuck your wife in... Yo, I know it. It was like, bow in your face. Like, Langston, you didn't have to go there. Yes, I did. I do. Because it's time to wake y'all the fuck up. It's time for you all to smell a green tea. Fuck the coffee. How many times you gonna fuck your damn wife in the bed? She don't want it just in the bed. She want it all over in the room. And then she has these fantasies, these dreams that she's kind of skeptical to tell you about. You know what I'm saying? Because you so boring. She want to fuck her in Aruba. She want to fuck in St. Lucia and shit. You know what I'm saying? And fucking Puerto Rico. She don't just want to fuck inside the damn bedroom. She can't wait till you build those big ass wooden fences when your neighbors on the left or the right hand side can't see. So y'all can fuck outside. And this is the point that I'm making. Life, man, live your life. And I understand it costs. I get it. But that's gonna stop you. That's gonna stop you from being happy. Because ultimately, that's what we're running for. Or rather, that's what we're running after. Happiness. And I've seen people die living a miserable life. Yeah, true indeed. You talk to Pretty Ricky. You know what I'm saying? He'll tell you. I moved a couple places just like he has too. And what's so funny about us two is that, one, I ain't never had, I'm like Tommy from Martin. I ain't never had a job. But I've always managed because I've always hustled. And that's what I'm good for doing. I hustle. You know what I'm saying? That fucking water bill due? All right, let me get out in those streets and hustle. And I don't mean no illegal shit. And Pretty Ricky, he's always had a job. And that's what I admire about him, because he treats his job like a hustle. And whenever he gets tired of living at a certain place, he packs up and moves. That plain and simple. If he can do it. And we both have families. And, I'm not Pretty Ricky, I'm not trying to spread your business out there. You know what I'm saying? But, like, I was talking to him the other day. He was like, yo, I had to kick out this, that. I'm like, oh my God, nigga. That's a lot of fucking bread. But we'll do whatever it takes in order to make our families happy. If he can do it and I can do it, I know you all can do it. That's a fact. Hopefully Pretty Ricky won't get at me when I say this. You know what I'm saying? But I do want to motivate and inspire you all. But like, he was in Connecticut, with his girl at the time. And, they were going back and forth, as far as moving here to Charlotte. And it was like, they just wanted to make sure that they had stability on top of stability on top of stability. And they were overthinking it. And I had to just be real with them. Like, yo, nigga. Like, for real. Pretty Ricky got me into this house. Like, he told me, one day I called him up, no lie, this is a true story. I was at Target off of Roswell Road in Sandy Springs. Right, when you, that Roswell Road exit off of 285, you make that right, and it's a super Target sitting on a hill. I was in the parking deck. No lie, true story. I called him, I'm like, yo, man, I can't take this shit. This shit is crazy, da-da-da-da-da. He was like, yo, man, I've been looking at this website called America's Home for Rent. Yo, check that shit out and see what they have available in Charlotte. And I'm not lying. I went home, I checked that shit out, I filled out the application, put the sent all the deposit, all of that shit that they asked for. They called me, they were like, yo, you're not approved. I'm like, what? I didn't get approved, no lie. This is my true story. I'm not making this shit up. I didn't get approved, right? So then they called me back like the next day or some shit. They were like, yo, I'm gonna tell you the truth. Some other lady called me, no lie. She said, I'm gonna tell you the truth. I'm gonna let you up on things so you can get this shit cleared away. She said, yo, there's one dent or knock or whatever she called it on your credit. Once you clear that shit up, you can get approved. I found out what was on my credit. I had owed $100 on an apartment, right? Because you know, like when you move out of apartments, sometimes they don't never notify you and let you know you owe money or whatever have you, especially if it's nothing but $100. Excuse me. So I paid it, and they told me, America's Home for Rent told me, yo, send the money order to show that you paid it and whatever have you, in a letter, whatever. I sent all the information. I got approved. Pack my shit up. True fucking story. Pack my shit up that week. It was like Wednesday. Pack my shit up. Left Friday. Got here Friday morning. Got here at Friday afternoon. And I had to get a hotel that night. The next day, I took a look at the house and they gave me the keys and I moved in. True story. And it fucked Pretty Ricky up. Like, he was like, holy shit, you did this shit in a couple of days? You just moved back like that? And you had children in your family with you too? Yes. And I was like, yo, if I can do it, you can do it. Stop overthinking this shit. Next thing you know, a couple months later, he moved down. True story. This is a book that I read. Beautiful fucking book, man. Read it over 20 years ago. I still have a copy. Book called The Greatest Salesman in the World, written by Og Manning. And it's a quote that I hold dear to me. And it goes like this. Failure will never overtake me if my determination to succeed is strong enough. I'm going to say it again. Failure will never overtake me if my determination to succeed is strong enough. If you are determined to do something, you're going to get it done. That plain and simple. So I don't know what you all y'all got planned, you know, in the near future, whether it's moving somewhere, whether it's getting married, or whatever goals you have set. I'm telling you, the minute that you step out of that box, you know what I'm saying? Or out of your comfort zone. The minute that you become open-minded, things are going to change. They're going to work in your favor. But you got to step out of that comfort zone. And you got to open your mind. Straight up. And it's just that plain and simple. The second thing that black people are scared of is guns. When you get down in the South, people have guns, whether it's illegal ones or legal ones. And I just think that this will be another video, you know what I'm saying? But I just think that black people just need to really learn, you know, everything about guns. And once they find out, you know, on what's it like on the legal side, man, shit. Man, I love my guns. I love them. I make sure that they're clean. You know what I'm saying? I take care of them, man, because hopefully, you know what I'm saying, it'll never happen. But if someone were to harm my family and I, my guns are going to be there to protect me. Me as well as my loved ones. So, yeah, man, you know, those are the two things that I think that black people are scared of. Change and guns. Hey, I hope you all enjoyed this video. I hope I motivated you and inspired you. You know what I'm saying? Everything that I said is true. You know, I don't make up shit. You know what I'm saying? And I don't have no problem with telling people, you know, my failures, my success and my failures in life, in order to motivate and inspire you all. You know? Other than that, my name is Langston2092. I want you to like, comment, subscribe. Definitely share this video. Peace.